Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you thoughts of the day. I've already had quite a morning. I slept out, I started to brew coffee, and all of a sudden there's Todd. He came in the cat door, he had something in his mouth. First I thought it was a leaf, because there was a leaf involved with like a dry leaf. And then I hear this crying and screaming sort of, and it's a little bird. This bird was maybe... I should know him intimately. About like that, about like that. And he had a real thin, kind of like my nose. No, real long, pointed, kind of like my nose, beak. And, he's a little thing and very dark. And I got to examine him up close and personal later. He had these little gold sort of things on his wings. But anyhow, I had to pick Todd up by the scruff of the neck and wrestle him for this bird as I'm half awake. And, he's only doing what his instinct says, but I don't have to like it, do I? So I got rid of him. I got him outside. And then we have Louise on the prowl because the bird was able to fly away. She landed somewhere up high in the living room. And then it was just insane. It was back and forth, back and forth. I grabbed a cat food empty bag, one of those big ones. I thought I could maybe get it to fly in there. And it was all over the sunroom and everywhere. And Todd, then he comes back in the house through the cat door. Just plows through my art area, just plank. If I had I haven't done any painting in a long time, but say that I had something dry in there, it would have been totally ruined. He just forges ahead on my table. I was so mad I got rid of him again. And this went back and forth and on to cut to the chase. And then the bird ended up, thank goodness, back in the bedroom that used to be Spencer's, in which I hang a lot now. And we have this screen that, it's not really made for that window, but we use it. And so I pushed that out. I'm trying to get away to... Anyhow, I'm trapped in there with Louise, of all things, and the bird. At one point, they were both under the bed together. Like, the bird was in between her legs, kind of. I finally got her out of that room. This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Mind you, this is before a drop of coffee entered my system. So, after I got Louise out, I was able to... The bird flew around. There's not a lot of places to land there because we're painting in there, although we haven't painted in a long time. But everything's moved, and it's like a storeroom, really, with a bed in it. And I think it hit the wall, or might have hit the ceiling fan or something, but it ended up plunk, and it landed in this open box of kitty litter. Not the litter pan itself, but, because we scoop, and then we, whatever. That's when I was able to pick him up. And at that point, I had knocked out the screen of the window. This is quite an epic. And I set him on the windowsill, but he just couldn't function. He was very stunned. So I took him. I'm like, I'm going to take you to that healing tree. That's what I said. Wouldn't that be funny if this... Okay, I'll tell you that in a minute. So I picked him up and I brought him through the house and brought him in the healing tree. And then he was so weak he couldn't even, hang on a branch. He's wobbling about. So I went and got a community news. Oh, I'll show you the paper while I have you. This is the paper, see, where I work, and my column's in here too. I'll finish the story and then I'll launch into it. I just dropped the paper. I'm really not together at all, but I wanted to tell the story while it's fresh in my mind. And, okay, so I went and got a newspaper, Community News, and I laid it out there and put them on there. And I went back in the house for a little bit, and I came out, and he was regaining his strength, and I was able to pat him and everything, and I pat him wildly, and then he just hopped away to a branch. Now I think he's fine and living somewhere on the tree, or he's flown away. There you have that, ladies and gentlemen. I was thinking, wouldn't that be hilarious if this tree over here was really a healing tree? It's a bizarre thing. I'll have to film it sometime. I think I have, but, I'm not going to have you go back through all my insanity for that. Wouldn't that be totally weird if this tree really was a healing tree and all along... I've had this pain condition since 2006 and it's hideous. I'll tell you about that sometime. And all I had to really do is sit in a tree to be healed or something. Oh, God. All right, I'll look for my column. This is too funny. I'm going to do this. Hopefully not expose my left breast. That's frightening. Yeah, I'll just kind of show you the layout of my page. You open the paper and right away, there I am. See, Lisa's Ransom Raves. The picture, they need to change my picture. My God, I'm quite a bit younger in this photo, ladies and gentlemen. And I meet people on the streets and they're like, you're Lisa from Lisa's Ransom Raves. They're thinking, my God, what happened to you, because they're used to that young-looking picture. Okay, I guess that's all. I just wanted to say good morning. I've rescued a bird already. It's not even 9. And that's about all. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging, while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Remember, join me in dropping your political identity and focusing on issues to make this world a better place.